All right, here we go. Josh Thompson, Punk's Opinion. I'm here with producer Dave. We're in here just holding it down because Sammy is a no-show, and he's got his little IPA over there. Producer Dave, you know, being the Scottish lad that he is. We call him a lad. The lad, right? Yeah. The lad. I think we should change your name. That should be your name. What? We're trying to figure out names for you to change on Instagram. Yep. You should be the Scottish lad.
The Scottish lad?
The producer lad. Or maybe lad producer. I think producer lad. Something like that. Something like that. Dave.
Dave the lad?
No. Scottish Dave lad. Or Scottish lad Dave. Or something like that. It's got to be something like that.
It needs to be short as well.
Nah, it does.
Producer Dave the lad? Nah,
that's too long. I would just say the lad.
The lad. It's probably taken.
Yeah, the lad. That's pretty good though. I like that. The lad.
The lad.
Anytime I think of the word "the" before a nickname, I always think of the answer, Frankie Edgar. Every single time.
The answer?
I don't know what it is, man.
The Rock.
Every time. Really?
The Rock, yeah.
Yeah, I guess maybe. Because you're into the WWE. I'm into MMA.
WrestleMania is this Sunday.
Yeah. Oh, tell me more. Tell me more.
So your homeboy Bobby Lashley is
my boy.
He's
my boy Bobby Lashley, baby. Woo!
He's defending against this like 5 foot Irish guy. It's crazy, but
he's gonna fucking smash that dude.
But he's known as the demon Finn Balor. So he comes out as this demon, but he's like a super short guy. So, but he's very athletic and flies. So it's gonna be interesting.
What do you mean by interesting? Bobby gonna fucking just grab him and smash him like a tomato can.
But bro, it's choreographed.
Bro.
So Bobby's gonna have
Bobby Lashley. Like I've seen Bobby Lashley wrestle in real life. Fuck, man, the guy's a fucking animal. I'm talking about real wrestling, not fake wrestling. Now, there's no way, man. No way. Let me see.
So we got it.
It says fight win streak.
No, that's something else. There's Bobby.
Look at that guy, man.
He's the Intercontinental Champion.
Bobby's a fucking animal, man.
And
who's interviewing him?
So that's the girl. She's just one of the interviewers. His name is Leo Rush. He's like
who's the little midget on the left?
That's Bobby's manager.
Shut up.
He does all the talking for Bobby because Bobby's not a great talker.
Yeah, he's not.
So he does all the talking. Bobby won the Intercontinental title a couple of weeks ago, and now he defends it against Finn Balor at WrestleMania.
And this is at WrestleMania. Has Bobby Sunday ever been in WrestleMania?
Yeah, Bobby was like the main shit like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And then he went to Bellator, and then now he's obviously back last year.
Dude, Bobby's fucking. He can really wrestle though. He's good.
Yeah, you can tell. You can tell he's athletic as hell. So this is the guy. Hold on, where's Finn Balor? Let me pull it up here. So Finn Balor, he's this little short Irish guy. It's kind of hard to tell on this one, but he's got this alter ego called the Demon, and this is a demon right here where he comes out in all the paint, and so that's kind of like his alter ego that's supposed to be scary. So look at Bobby's face when it comes back over. Bobby looks like he's scared.
It looks like my sister with makeup on.
Look at Bobby's face.
He's like, what the fuck? What is this?
This is Bobby's opponent in WrestleMania.
Bobby gonna fuck that dude up. I don't see how Bobby loses.
So
tell me more about this Ronda thing. So Ronda's like the star, right? She's she's the lead person in this whole deal.
It's crazy. This year is the first year where the women are gonna go on last.
I heard.
So it's like this big deal. You probably saw it in the news and everything, right? ESPN, Sports Center.
I saw it on ESPN.
So the ginger girl is called Becky Lynch.
Ginger girl.
She's ginger.
Yes.
She's Irish as well. And then the blonde girls, that's Ric Flair's daughter.
I love her.
Yeah.
Her, and I like
Sasha Banks.
Anvil, the Anvil's wife.
The Anvil's wife.
Not wife, but daughter. Is it Jimmy Anvil, the one that died? He died just recently. He was tag team with Bret the Hitman Hart.
Neidhart. Nick Neidhart. I think Nick was Nick Neidhart. I don't know. I don't go that far back.
Bret the Hitman Hart, and then the tag team partner.
Natalia. You're thinking of Natalia.
Yo, is that her name?
Yeah. Natalia.
I like her as well.
Natalia. Probably this one right here.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So Ronda. So did you see the whole shit with Ronda, Becky, and Charlotte? And
No.
they all got arrested.
Let me see.
So-
Dude, you got me kind of interested in this. I actually kind of like that you're a dork on this. I kind of like it.
So look, so this goes on for like quite a while, but they all get into a big brawl in the back. So you can tell that they're really trying to force this woman thing on us, which is kind of annoying. But at the same time, it's like at least they're giving them the spotlight,
bro.
So like, they all get into. So what happens is that they were told that during the match, right? So let's go.
They were told what? June?
During.
Wow, Ronda's really short compared to all these girls.
So right now they're not allowed to touch each other because they're on the same team. So by contract they're not allowed to physically touch each other, right? But as soon as Ronda finishes this girl, as soon as the match is over right now, Ronda's allowed to touch her. So Ronda goes straight after her, boom, takes her out, and then starts attacking her. And then the other one, so these three are actually fighting at WrestleMania. And then, so they're all going after each other, right? So then it spills over. The cops come in. They're just beating the heck out of each other. It spills all the way out to the back where they're just going after each other. Look at that kick to the face.
Wow.
Man. So it comes all the way back here.
Beautiful
right?
fake kick. I like it.
I know.
Go ahead.
Look at those fake police cars. So they get tossed in the car, right? They're all getting separated and split up. Well, this is pretty funny right here. So they both get thrown in the same car.
Why?
I don't know, but then
it would never happen. It would never happen.
I know. So then they start beating the piss out of each other, right? First of all, if you do this in the back of a cop's car, you're not going to WrestleMania. You're going straight to jail. So they're beating each other up. Ronda kicks a window out. This is pretty brutal right here. Watch this. So Ronda's in the back of the other car, and Ronda drives the cop car, into the back of the other cop car.
Awesome.
It's just so crazy. Look, watch Ronda right here. She goes right into the back of the other cop car. And then Charlotte runs up and kicks Ronda right in the face as she's hanging out the back of the car. It's freaking crazy, man. Wait till you see. I actually thought about you. I thought Josh has to believe me. This is not fake when he sees this. Watch when she kicks her right in the face here. So she runs up. I think it's the blonde one. Charlotte runs up and kicks her right in the face right here. Boom.
That's fake.
That
was fake, dude. Slow. I wish you could slow it down. It didn't make any contact at all.
I'm gonna slow it down right now.
Slow down.
Speed.
Didn't make any contact. She just sold it. But it was done at an angle where you didn't think it was actually. She actually hit her. Look, you can't even slow it down that fast.
There you go.
Look. Ready?
Boom.
It doesn't even make contact.
That did make contact.
She put her knee on her face and pushed her.
Yeah, wow.
It wasn't even. Anyways, look.
I'm sold.
I'm 100% sold on the fact that you're a nerd to this. I love it. I love the fact that this is fun. This to me is fun. I can't say enough. I tip my hat to Ronda Rousey. I'm happy for her. You were right when I sent you that tweet from Misha saying this is Ronda, that she's upset, all this shit, and you're like, dude, you're totally buying into all this bullshit. I was like, hey, whatever, man. It just seems real. She got arrested. She got all this. I'm like, but you're right. It's all staged. It's all legit. It's all leading up to WrestleMania. Good deal, man.
And then so Brock is the last one that's fighting. So this is where we find out if Brock loses the title,
he'll lose it.
Does he build towards DC fight?
Yeah, they're saying what, August?
Yeah, they're saying August right now, right?
Yeah, I think August, man.
So this is his opponent, Seth Rollins. So he's quite a small guy.
What happened to Roman Reigns, man?
He came back. So
but he's
back
the heel, right? Or is he good?
He's
People like him now?
Yeah.
People like him. All of a sudden, people like him. People hated him when he came to.
Well,
he was always in San Jose. People were like, boo.
But he was always a good guy. But people just didn't like him because he was being force fed to us.
Yeah, I guess.
But because of the cancer thing, everyone's behind him now. So
he's got cancer.
Remember, he left with leukemia.
I don't remember that. Is it real leukemia?
No. In October, he left because he had leukemia that came back.
Real leukemia.
Yeah, but then he beat it again. So he beat it for the second time. Now he's back wrestling again. So So this is so here we are with Brock as well. So it's just interesting to me that this crossover, how crazy the crossover is right now with MMA and wrestling. You get 3 big MMA stars that are appearing at WrestleMania.
Suplex City, baby.
And Dave Bautista's actually back at WrestleMania as well.
Really?
Yeah, he's fighting Triple H.
Triple H still around?
Yeah.
Isn't he fucking 60?
He's probably close to 50, but he's
man.
he just got elbowed in the
right
nuts.
in the nuts.
Yep. And then he's gonna get stomped. Watch this. Boom, and then.
Yeah, he's gonna lose.
You think Brock's gonna lose?
Yeah, just because the DC fight's coming up.
Yeah, but SummerSlam's in August as well, so you never know. They might just try and I don't know, man. I really don't know.
I think if the UFC was smart, they would try to co-promote it.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, that would catapult. They've never tried to do that. If they did that, it would just catapult the fucking two promotions to a whole new level. If you join those, and I'm not even trying to give these motherfuckers ideas, but like if they were able to work something out where they catapulted this, I mean, like to work together like that, it would catapult this organization, both organizations, to a whole new level. You would finally having like MMA fans start watching WWE, and WWE fans would finally probably start watching MMA. You never watched a fucking MMA fight in your life until you met me. Yeah. Swear to God.
Actually, Mike, but.
Oh yeah, but we don't even count him.
Yeah.
So
that's true.
I mean, honestly, I'm excited for the fact that Ronda Rousey is doing well. She's main eventing this thing, right?
Yeah, but then there's talk of her being gone for a while after to start a family with Travis.
I doubt it.
You don't think so? She wants to have a baby?
I doubt it.
You know
I mean, I would imagine she probably does want to have a baby, but I mean, I think the money's too good and like to do something like this. So if she main events it, she's probably gonna lose. And I don't think in my core of all of this, I don't think that's something that she would agree to.
So you know what kind of annoying about WWE right now, right? Is it's annoying to me because I'm a WWE fan, right? But I was trying to explain it to Tanya last night. She just couldn't understand it. But you know the old champ thing? So Charlotte, Ric Flair's daughter, is the SmackDown Women's Champion, and Ronda's the Raw Women's Champion. And so now they put both titles on the line at WrestleMania, so it's winner takes all. And now they're running around saying who's going to be the champ, and it annoys me that they're stealing that from MMA.
Why?
I don't know. It's just annoying. Does it not seem annoying?
It's good, man.
You do?
I think it's good, and I actually honestly hope that they're able to work the two things together. It catapults both organizations into this whole new realm that we never thought they would. We never thought they would ever like mesh and get together. And if the UFC was smart, they would piggyback on the WWE. And if the WWE was smart, they would piggyback on the UFC. The two, I mean, like if you have someone like Brock, you have someone like Ronda, and I'm hearing there's a good chance DC might be there.
On a commentary role, right?
Nope.
No, you're more than that? Okay. Because we saw Kane at the Performance Center for WWE, right? For a while back. So, yeah.
And one of our very own, Jake Casper.
Oh, yeah. Is that happening, though? I saw he's back in North Carolina.
Yeah. From what I understand, maybe the contract's on its way.
Interesting.
From what I understand. So you have AKA guys. You've got Cain Velasquez. You've got, like, Cain's doing WWE in whatever, in Mexico somewhere.
Oh.
But there's a good chance that he may be doing also WWE here. So there's that, and then there's a chance of DC being involved with all of this after this whole. And honestly, if you have the two shows, right, you have Brock and you have DC fighting, and then all of a sudden DC now goes to WWE. I don't know, man. I don't know how you guys don't figure it out and work it out together as far as promotions.
Well, Dana says he's a good relationship with Vince, so there's a good chance it's already being talked about.
Maybe, might be.
Interesting.
For you, it's interesting. For us, I'm like, whatever, man. I think
man.
it's kind of cool though. I actually do think it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
I think it'd be fun.
Well,
it could be fun.
I'll keep you posted on Sunday with WrestleMania.
Well, I mean, if you have guys like DC who great mouthpieces. DC's like he's got a great mouthpiece. If you ever been in the room with DC, you'll understand right away. Like he's got a mouthpiece on him that he can sell a fight, he can talk a fight, he can do it. That's why Thug Rose. You know what I mean? Like that type of shit is what DC does really well.
And it's always entertaining with DC. It's never like it's never like malice or anything.
No,
like
there's no ill intent with him. And on top of that, though, for him, he knows how like this is the business part of it, and this is the fight game, and this is real life.
Yep.
You know, and we're gonna actually get into that whole real life situation right now because we're talking about Conor McGregor and Khabib. So let's talk about that. We'll get to MMA and we'll talk about real life shit. Like real life shit is this.
Scary.
It's scary, man. It's scary.
So I got all the tweets up for you if you want to go through them one by one.
And I'm going to talk about, let me tell you all the shit that was said first. Okay? And then I will tell you what Kelvin Gastelum said. And then I will 100% tell you my opinion on that whole ordeal. So, is that the very first tweet?
Khabib's first tweet is this one right here.
Khabib's first tweet is, great feeling after 5 championship rounds. See you soon, my fans. Very soon. And thank you all. Thank you all, you guys, for support all these years. Instagram photo. I don't even know what the Instagram photo is. I think it's a picture of him. And then Conor writes back, you got your money took. Your brother's eye socket shook when you fought me, you little rat, which is funny. Viva Las Vegas, baby. The gaff always wins. Big stopper party in the wind coming soon. That's from Conor. Basically like replying to him, talking shit. Cool. Khabib comes back. Money comes and goes. The honor that you lost that evening will never return. Live with it. Finish career in MMA, but start a career on Twitter. That was pretty good. That last little line was good. That was good. Conor comes back. Don't be scared of the rematch, you little scurry brat. Ooh. You will do what you are told like you always do. Ooh. So you're getting close there right now. You're getting close. Then he posts pictures of Abu Bakr, which is Khabib's brother, and saying, I smacked your brother around and took the shit. I took his shit in his hat. I mean, Abu Bakr posted the pictures of him with the black eye, and that's what he's saying. And then Conor comes back and says, your wife is a towel, mate, because he posted pictures of Khabib's wedding where his wife was wearing a cover over her face. Now, look, I don't follow the religion, so I can't honestly speak like on why they do this, and people will keep asking me like, why is it happening? Why do they do this? And I don't know. And from what I understand, it's only because of like public eye. Like there's cameras around, people around that they do that. Like from what I understand, like they wear like the ones that have the eyepieces, so they can actually see like just their eyes normally around. But I don't know any more detail of the religion itself and like why all of this like happens during weddings. I don't know if this happens for everyone during their wedding. I don't know these things. But what I'm simply saying is that, man, you got to leave dudes' wives out of it. It's rough.
I get that you need to leave them out of it, but at the same time, it's like you're only going to take offense if you want to take offense.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Because, I mean, I don't know.
I've had friends where you make a mum joke and they fucking lose their shit. But for me, you can make a mum joke and I don't give a shit because it's like, okay, first of all, I know you don't know my mum, right? So,
yeah.
like,
no, but the thing is, like, in this, for me, like, look, you make a mom joke, you're disrespecting my mom. But here's the other thing, though, too, is it's on a different level of disrespecting your mother when it's 2 stars. That's the thing. Like, if I disrespect your mom, it's between you and me and like maybe 10 people that know your mom. But they're doing it on social media where there's over a million people on each side. Yeah. You know, like he's commenting. Conor's got what? How many Twitter followers? 20 million?
Yeah, like
20 million?
Is it the Notorious MMA?
I don't know, man.
Yeah, I think it's the Notorious MMA. Yeah. He's got 7.6.
Oh, 7.6
Twitter's
million.
not that popular.
Yeah. It's Instagram.
Dead,
Instagram's
man.
like, I want to say at 20 million.
Yeah, he's at actually 35 million.
Oh, 35.
Yeah.
Khabib's at maybe 20 million.
I'll take a quick look.
Anyways, when you're saying something like that on social media, I mean, like you're talking, Notorious is 30.7 million. So Conor's 30.7 million.
And then Khabib's 14.
14.2. Khabib's 14.2. Stars, man. Both of them stars. 14. Dude, I've seen A-level actors and actresses that have like 4, 5, 8. You know what I mean? So we're talking stars. I mean, look, whether they're stars in America or not, they're stars. They're stars wherever the fuck they're from. And the fact that he's got 14 or, whatever it is, you're a star, man.
Yep.
And when you're talking about someone's, like, this is the thing is there's a difference between, hey, your wife's fat. oh, your wife's a towel, but you're talking also too when you talk about the reason why they're wearing the towel over their forehead, like over their head. You are really insulting their religion. The reason why they're doing it, which it's here in the States, it's a complicated situation. Now, I'm not saying I don't know why why they do it. I don't know if it's just for the public eye. Like, obviously there was cameras there because there's photos like this. You know what I mean? But I don't know. And it's got to be hard. It's got to be hard. I think with so many people involved in this altercation, it got to the point where people were commenting in the Twitter section, dude, this is getting out of hand. This is not fun anymore. This is real. And then you have guys like Kelvin Gastelum, who I could not fucking agree with more. And that's the problem. When Dana had said something a while ago about like, oh, now like these guys are getting in the cage and punching each other in the face, and they can't say bad things about each other on Twitter.
Mm-hmm. And he was like, his argument was that, like, that's ridiculous. Like,
yeah, honestly, I side with him a little bit, and I don't normally side with Dana, but in this situation, ooh. You're talking like here, like the next, like one of the couple of tweets later was like Khabib said something about, dude, you made fun of our religion, you made fun of my wife, you made fun of my religion. I think it's a tweet before this.
Well, that was Conor said another Dagestani caught abusing steroids. That's
there was another one. I think I want to say maybe before that one.
If you think insulting,
if you think that insulting an entire religion that you'll be safe, you are sadly mistaken. Dude, really? I mean, like, it's true, though. It really is true. You're insulting what? I don't even. Like, if you pull up Ali's, his manager, Ali's, dude, Ali posted a comment about, like, there's fucking, I don't know how many, like 1 point something billion Muslims in the world. And I'm not saying, like, I'm not even trying to get into the whole deal that all of them are violent, because they're not. What I'm saying, though, is that, like, you're insulting someone's religion, dude. Like, people are going to take offense to that.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter who you are. I mean, there's a ton of Muslims that are going to be offended by the fact that you're fucking making fun of someone else's wife over what they do based on their religion. That it's not going to hold over well. I mean, from what I understand, Conor deleted the comment.
Yeah.
But still, it's too late, man. When you post that on the internet, it's too late. Like, you have Khabib. Khabib comes back with, the whole steroid thing. But Khabib comes back with rape. Like, you're a rapist. You are a rapist. You are a hypocrite who is not responsible for your actions. Justice will find you. We will see you. We will see notorious MMA. You know what I mean? So, I mean, he understands, man. Khabib understands, like, it's one thing to talk shit, but then you talking about his wife, but then Khabib came back with, like, you're a rapist, man. And he's obviously going through some charges, and you and I have talked about this because you're from Scotland, and you have friends that are from the UK, and there's tons of shit going around, like rumors going around, the fact that he's gonna be brought up on rape charges here pretty shortly. I don't know if he is. Has he already been brought up on it or no?
Nah, there's a lot of speculation, but it's also made its way into some of the main MMA news as well.
But from what I understand, though, there's something going on with the fact that like Ireland has some sort of different law that you're not allowed to talk about it or bring it up because of some sort of law. Like, you can't bring charges until
it's proven or something.
Yeah, something like that. You can't. It can't be out in the public.
Like, the allegations can't be
the
out in the
allegations and stuff like that can't be brought out in the public, or he can sue whatever network or whatever platform that brings it out.
Okay.
But people are buzzing about it and talking about it and doing all these things. And I mean, obviously, Khabib lives on that, I would say, more on that side of the country, of the world. But it's crazy, man. It's crazy. Yep. But Kelvin Gastelum, I think, hit the nail on the head. Is that you're dealing with scary issues, man.
Somebody made Misha Tate retweeted somebody's comment that said this is kind of turning into like the Biggie and Tupac of MMA, where both of them ended up dead. You know, and I just thought that was a very interesting take on it, because it really, like, the popularity of Conor McGregor and Khabib right now is kind of at that level of, you know, how hip hop was when hip hop was coming up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if they'll ever be at that level of Tupac and Biggie, but let's not be mistaken. They are stars. They are stars. But Tupac and Biggie were fucking larger than life,
Well,
dude.
but Tupac and Biggie, that thing was a West Coast East Coast thing. I mean, you're talking two states. This is like a global.
Yeah.
This is like a global. You know what I'm saying? This is like countries.
You could say that. But I'm just saying, like, Tupac and Biggie, as far as I mean, for me, Tupac and Biggie, they were worldwide, and obviously these guys are as well, given where they're from. You have Ireland,
and they have the internet,
and they have more access to the internet. Yes, you're right, but I don't think they're quite at that level of being superstars. Like, if Tupac was on Instagram right now, he'd be at like 100 million. Come on, let's be real. Fucking, to me, he's like probably the greatest rapper there of. And then you got Biggie, right, who's right there behind him, like fucking right there. You know what I mean? Like. They'd be both probably at like. I mean, pull up Dr. Dre. Pull up Dr. Dre. Let's see where Dr. Dre's at.
I bet he's no more than 1 million.
Really, Dr. Dre.
Dr. Dre.
Maybe you're right. Maybe you're right.
4 million, bro.
Oh, jeez, man.
But Eminem's at like 20.
Yeah, so M, right? Wow.
The real
you got MMA stars. You got MMA stars.
25.
What's Conor at? 30.
Conor's at 30.
Wow,
it's
insane.
crazy. But I think the other.
Pull up Machine Gun Kelly.
I think the other thing you need to consider.
I don't follow social media guys. Like, I don't even know who the fuck. Like,
the other thing you need to consider is that 4.3 is that social media is already made it. It came out after Dr. Dre and Eminem and all them, so they missed the bandwagon.
Yep.
You know,
like you and I had this conversation the other day about me.
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, and like I asked you like how. Like you missed the bandwagon.
Yeah, a little bit. I think also too. Like, had I fought Pettis, it would have catapulted me more.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Would you have stuck with the UFC if you had fought Pettis?
I would have had to, because if you fight for the title, you get an automatic 3-fight extension.
Oh.
So I would have had to say I would have probably been there for the next at least 3 fights. I would have had to have been there for the last 3 fights.
I know we're getting off topic, but would you have fought out those 3 fights?
You would have to.
But I'm saying like. Because you've only fought 3 with Bellator, right?
Yes.
And on probably a 4-fight deal, which you said like a standard.
6-fight deal.
So, would you have fought the extra 3 and just called it a day?
Yeah.
Is that what you would have done probably?
Probably.
And not gone to Bellator?
I probably still would have went, depending on talking to Scott, like what the money would have been.
I'm just kidding. I don't know.
Yeah, it would have.
I mean, like, you want to talk about.
No. We're just shooting back and forth. But I mean, like, for me, it really comes down to, I don't know, just like what would have been best for me. Where was the most money at? And I do know that, like, once you fight for the title, you still make pretty decent money afterwards, but not great money. But then after fighting for the title, like, they do catapult you to the next level a little bit above what normal people would fight for. I mean, I don't know. It really would have been a whole new contract negotiation, though, too. Once you fight for the title, because if they would have had me fight for the title in my second fight, we probably would have renegotiated like right then for another, because they would have been like, hey, you have 3 more fights after that. Once you fight for the title, it's 3 more fights. And I'd be like, all right, cool, 3 more fights, but let's renegotiate what I'm getting paid, because what I'm getting paid ain't what I would have wanted to get paid as the champion. There's no fucking way.
Do you ever resent Pettis for basically changing the course of your career?
No, I think about it too all the time. I do. No, I really enjoy the fact that Pettis is dude, huge win over Stephen Thompson. You gotta love that, man. You gotta as any fighter, he was losing that fight. He wasn't losing by a lot. He wasn't getting smashed or anything by any means. He was losing the fight. But fuck, I get happy when 55-pounders win, man. I get happy. I'm like, damn. When I see Masvidal was fighting in the prelims of some of my fights at the Strikeforce. And now I see him fucking knocking out the number 3 guy in fucking welterweight at the UFC. Come on, son. How you get mad at that? Like, these are guys that I've seen come up, and I have nothing but respect for them. Like, those guys. I mean, like, Pettis for me was just... I think it was beyond him. It was, and I would love to pick his brain and find out the truth, because from what I understand from close friends that were with the UFC at the time, people that worked for the UFC, it was more of a marketing ploy. He had just beat Benson. He was super action-packed. He was exciting. And from what I understand is that they wanted to spend time building him because if you remember, he had taken a year off after he had won the title, and they had put him on the Wheaties box. They had put him on like all these other things. He was the first fighter to ever, I don't even, maybe he's the only fighter to ever go on the Wheaties box. But that's pretty fucking impressive. But he, dude, to me, that was just, I think, honestly, at that time, after I fought Benson, like had I fought him instead of Benson, fuck, there's no way, man. If you watch me, how I take Benson down, how I dominate Benson on the ground, there's not a chance at that time in my career. Fuck, man, I felt like there was no one better than me on the ground. There was no one better than me on, like, as far as my transitions from stand up to the ground. It wasn't there, man. And then the fact that, like, I got stuck with that Ben fight. I broke my thumb and tore some ligaments in my wrist. I could barely, like, move my wrist and my hand. Like, it was really weird, man. I'd never experienced anything like that in my life. And it was weird. I do think about the opportunities that I would have had, but then I also think about the opportunities I don't have, that I have now, that I wouldn't have had I done and carried out what I did. So I think I would have been world champion at the time, because think about it, right? We all of us had the same goals around the same time. Me, Rockhold, DC, Kane. All four of us, me, Luke, DC, Kane, four of us. And then Khabib was fucking right behind us. Yep. Khabib was 21 or 20-0. 21 or 20-0 at the time. He was like right behind me. I mean, he got hit with some injuries, but like I'm saying, like we would have had, like I would have had to probably like leave because Khabib would have got way so much better between that and the time. But like I would have fought him, then I would have fought Pettis, then I would have fought, I don't know who else was after Pettis. Who beat Pettis? Oh, Dos Anjos. But I was supposed to fight Dos Anjos before I fought Pettis. There's so many things that could have played out. I would have probably never have fought Khabib, obviously not. But I'm saying that it was there, man. Like we had our focus during that time was way different, man. Like we were there at the gym every day. Like after we got done training, Rockhold's out in the street in front of AK doing sprints. Like we don't do that shit no more. You know, I'm like, it's just different. Like things are different. You know, like sure the guys have their own hustle, they got their own thing, but like you got to remember what got us there. And like we were all doing really well before. You know what I mean? So I thought there was a great chance I would have beat Pettis because of the way that I was at that level at that time. As far as my wrestling and my grappling was fucking on point. I had Gray Maynard to wrestle with every single day. Tyson Griffin, who was really small and short, not the easiest guy to take down. Once you did take him down, he was like really flexible, really good at scrambling and doing things. Justin Wilcox, short guy, like but good wrestler. Fucking wrestled Edinburgh with Koscheck and some of the other guys there. Like I had some good guys that were on my weight. Noah Lohat, good judo guy, good jiu-jitsu guy. Like I had good guys at that time. The guys that we had, I was like, fuck, man. All they did was make me better. And Khabib came in kind of later, you know, afterwards. I used him a couple times. He was strong as fuck, but he was not as strong as heavy as he is now. But I mean, he was strong as fuck then. You know, he was good then too. But inexperienced, but still good, you know. So I mean, I had so many guys that were just there and just helping me and making me grow. And fuck, I don't think Pettis would have stood a chance. But that was a different time, different era, different everything. Pettis now, though, man, you got to tip your hat to him, man. I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he beat Stephen Thompson. I'm happy that a 55-pounder beat a 70-pounder. Same thing with George Masvidal. Man, I'd love to see the smaller guys come out and just fucking whoop these dudes' asses. Calvin Cerrone, same thing. So I know we got off topic. We're talking about, you know, my shit, and we should be talking about this shit.
It's fun to listen to, man.
There's so much history. There's so much history and talk and things we can get into. And man, I got so many stories. I gotta start telling you guys stories about, you know, Miami UFC 42, Sean Shirk, Matt Hughes being out with Tim Sylvia, Sherdog, all the guys from Sherdog, Sean Shelby, who's the matchmaker now, you know, and Bob Cook, Chuck Liddell, everyone. We're all out in the Miami Strip, and fuck, man, getting in some trouble. some fights, some scraps, all that stuff. But there's so much drama and so much stuff going on. But hey, those are things that like those are stories that maybe you guys will read about one day in my book. So, but good stuff, man. We had a lot of good stuff. Who knows, man? We had so much fun. The old UFC versus the new UFC is it's so different. Like, even though the fighters all had to fight each other, we were all still friends normally. I mean, you have the what's it called? Lee Murray versus, Tito and all those things going on and all those fights and stuff going on. But fuck, man, we had such a great time back then. It was good. It was a blast. Anyways, all right. So let's talk about this. Let's, my honest opinion, man. Like, and then, what's it called? Who's this?
This is
Connor.
Connor's last tweet before
before
it tapered off. He said, "You sent this." So Khabib.
What did Khabib say?
After Khabib said, "If you think that insult an entire religion, you be safe. You are mistaken." Conor says, "You sent this exact threat to my coach in 2016. I remember it well. Before you and your team attacked my teammate alone in a Brooklyn hotel. Remember where this all began. God sees all."
I mean, look, I don't know the scenario situation between the whole Artem attack, I guess, in the hotel, or basically where they confronted him and there was a group of them and only him by himself. Look, I don't know that situation, that scenario, but I will tell you this though. I will speak from experience. I've been out on the track with Khabib and with all the guys from the team, with all the Russians, and trying to pass them. They work as a unit and a team. So the fact that like when I was trying to like catch up to Khabib or trying to catch up or pass Islam or any of those guys when we're on the track, they would have the other guys and all the other Russian guys, the younger guys that were just out there to run, just to kind of like run side by side with Khabib and help him get ready, things like that. But they weren't out there for like 6-7 sprints. They're out there for 2 or 3, and then like they rotate. But they're out there they were out there just to block me, so I couldn't pass them or get around them or get to the front or anything. But they're out there to make sure that they're boys. That Khabib and Islam were like ahead of me at all times. I mean, I understand. So when you're talking about when they confronted Artem at the hotel, I'm telling you, man. This is nothing like you've seen before. These guys are legit brothers. You hear guys talk about it. You hear guys say shit. But guess what? They live down the street from each other. They train with each other every day. Their families know each other. They've been friends since they were like 5-6 years old. They've been throwing each other on the mat since they were kids. Dude, there is no greater bond than what these guys have. And I see it at AK all the time. And I see it all the time, man. One person throws a punch. Dude, you can expect all of them to throw down. And if they don't throw down for their boy, I'm telling you right now, when they come home, would not want to be that guy. Would not want to be that guy. Now, you go back to the thing that happened, last October when Khabib and Islam Conor and Islam got in that whole thing with Dylan Dennis and that whole ordeal. Like, some of the guys didn't get suspended, but some of them did, whatever. But like the guy who's the most mild-tempered and the most easygoing, but super nice, but very talented is Islam Makhachev. That guy is like, even though he's a very loyal guy to Khabib, he understands like, hey, why are we doing it? I think he understands why are we fighting, why are we doing this. He's a good guy. And I'm not saying that like Abu Bakr and Zubair are not. They're the same exact way. They are the same exact way. But like, there's somebody, the group of them are 100% about their boys. They have no qualm about sticking up for their family. To them, they are family, and there's nothing that you can do about it. There's nothing. Like, you don't get it. Like, people don't get it. They don't understand. And I didn't understand it until I started seeing it. When I see it at AK all the time, Zubair will be sparring. Abu Bakr will be sparring. Islam will be sparring. Khabib will be sparring. The whole Russian brothers will all come in and they'll be coaching against whoever it is they're sparring in that gym. It doesn't matter. We're all friends. Don't get me wrong, we're all friends. but they'll all be coaching. They're all there. They're all watching. No one's in the other room sparring, doing their own thing. They will stop sparring to come and coach their friend, to come and coach Khabib, to come and coach Zubai, come and coach Islam, come and coach Abu Bakr, come and coach whoever it is. They will come over there and coach. It's a different mentality. It's different. It's so different. I can't even explain to you guys how different it is. And you guys people can sit back and criticize the fact that, like, yeah, because they're Muslim, that's how they are. They band together and they do this. I don't think so, man. Sure, religion, I'm sure, has something to do with it, but I honestly believe a lot of it has to do with the fact that they all, like, in America, and I feel this way, and I still feel this way, is that kids, they have a tendency of not growing up in the same neighborhood and going from one place to the next. They go to different schools. They don't always go to the same schools. We don't have lifelong friends. I don't know what it is, but in the U.S., no, I very rarely meet people that say, like, hey, I've had a friend since the second grade, kindergarten, first grade, or since I was born. My family has known that family since I was a kid, since I was 2 years old. Very rarely do I see that. 100%, that's what this is. These guys grew up together. Like Islam, he talks about the other Russian fighter. Gosh, man, who's the other Russian fighter? Khabib, Rustam Khabib. He talks about him. He didn't even train at the same camp as him, and they may one day potentially fight because they're both in UFC at 155. All he ever says is, Ruslan, my brother, Ruslan, my friend, Ruslan this, Ruslan that. All he talks about how they were friends basically growing up and always competed together and always how they were so close and such good friends that they really, like, Islam doesn't want to fight him. He's like, no, we're friends. We're like, that's my brother. Like, they talk, it's a cultural thing. It's a religion thing. It's just, I think how they came up, where they're from, it's not even an option, man. And the fact that you have someone like Conor who's chiming in on, oh, your wife is a towel, or this, like, you're talking about someone's religion. You're talking, look, I can get into this and go on and on and on about the whole ordeal, but some things are a little bit off limits. I think, look, it's funny that people were talking about is that people talked, like, there was things that people had said about, let's talk about our president for a sec. People talk about, like, Obama's kids and Obama's wife. Then turn around and people talk about Trump's kids, Trump's wife, Trump's whatever it is. Dude, to me, I've always felt this way. Family's off limits. You just leave it alone. Like, you don't, if you got a problem with somebody, you don't talk about their family. You don't say things about their wife. You don't say things about their kids. Like, that's just, those are the things that cause so much hate and anger throughout the world, not just like in your community or between friends. That's how people get killed. And I think when Kelvin Gastelum talked about that, he was 100% right, because maybe it won't be Khabib that pulls the trigger. Maybe it won't be somebody else that slings the knife or or throws whatever it is or swings the axe. Like, it won't be them. But it'll be somebody that is offended by the fact that you're making fun of somebody else's wife because of their religion and because of what they do. And that's not right, man. And I think that you got to leave that kind of stuff alone, And Khabib's response was over the top as well. And he's my boy. He's someone I train with all the time. But it was over the top as well. But in response, if someone's going to slay something at you one way, you're going to slay it right back. And that's how this all gets started. That's how all of this stuff gets started. You're going to say one thing, and then someone else then they're going to reply. And then you're going to do this, and they're going to do this. And it's a snowball effect. And I couldn't agree with Kelvin Gastelum anymore. And when Dana made that comment a while ago, I actually 100% agreed with Dana. Like, these guys get in the cage, they punch each other in the face, and they, and we're going to get mad at them because they say something to each other on Twitter. Oh, they hurt their feelings. I don't give a fuck. Like, I agree with them at the time. But this, though, has now escalated to a whole different level. We're talking levels of the point where someone can get hurt, man. Not just hurt. We can see families getting hurt. We see kids getting hurt. We can see, like, there could be things that happen that we don't want to even get into. I mean, like this is you have no control of what other people do. And when you're talking about religion, you're talking about like how people are with their religion, not something you want to mess around with. So I agree with Kelvin Gastelum on the fact that, like, look, it's one thing to talk shit. And I'm not for censorship, and I think I'm all for the freedom of speech and all this stuff, but I think when you're talking fights and the business and the fight game, and you got to leave that stuff out, man. Wives, like mothers, fathers, kids, especially kids. Your wife and your kids, they're off limits. Like I don't understand. It needs to be left alone. And
it's kind of like reminiscent of like when remember when the press conference between Khabib and Conor, like for the last fight, and like it just felt very like cringy, you know, like with the way Conor was kind of like over the top, calling Ali a terrorist. Like it just felt like it was more than the fight game. Conor was calling Khabib like a square because he doesn't drink. Like just it was kind of weird. I mean, it was kind of weird. It was like a weird feeling versus like funny insults where he makes the red panties joke to Dos Anjos, right? Like that's funny. But just like when it gets to that personal, the way that it has, it becomes cringy to the point.
I think you're always going to get that way because you're going to always get that way with Khabib because there's not much you can do with him. You can't say you're a scumbag. Like you can, because he doesn't drink. Like he's married, 2 kids, extremely faithful. His wife is his everything. His family is his everything. Like, what are you going to say about him? Like, they're not at clubs fucking doing ecstasy and fucking snorting cocaine. Like, they're not that group of people. They're at the fucking gym in the morning. They're at the gym in the evening. They're like, he's sending videos of him on the fucking treadmill to Javier Mendez at fucking like midnight. Hey, we just got done with press conference. Hey, coach, showing you I'm getting my run in. Keep my weight down. They're not at the club partying, popping bottles and snorting coke. They're not that. That group is not that. You know what I mean? Now Conor hit him back with a little bit of the whole steroid thing, and you can't argue that. Like some of the guys have tested positive, but he hasn't. Khabib has not tested positive. You know, and from what I understand, the steroid that they tested that like Islam tested for, and I don't know what Zubai tested for, but the same steroid that the Islam tested for, right, was a steroid that USADA had just banned, and Maria Sharapova, the professional tennis player, she had tested positive for, but they had just banned it, but they didn't know how long the substance actually stayed in their system. So you have 2 Russian athletes from different sports that are testing positive for it, but from what I understand from these guys as well as other people from Russia, they're like, dude, you get over the counter like you get vitamin C. That's what it is. It's like something that helps with your, they're saying that it increased muscle growth as well as oxygen intake. But I don't know. I don't live there and I don't know what it is. But they're like, yeah, did you buy it over the counter at the store, like grocery stores, like vitamins? I'm like, well, to me, like now you have something that's from USADA saying this.
It gets to that point where it's like, okay, but, you know, how soon is it before like steak becomes performance enhancing?
Because that's so much creatine.
And like even just protein, like protein's good for the body and like recovery and all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like where do we draw the line? It's kind of like the whole speech thing you're talking about. Like, where do we draw the line? Like, it's kind of hard to say. Like,
it's not really hard to say. I mean, like, you shouldn't put anything else in your body but just protein and, I mean, really.
But why?
You know.
But if something comes from a plant and it can help your body with recovery and muscle growth, like what makes it
I don't know, man. I mean, I really
an unfair advantage.
Yeah, like, I mean, look, because like testosterone when you're 30, look, your testosterone levels naturally are not any better after the age of 25. So for some people, like they want to elevate their levels to whatever the natural level would be. So if my natural levels, I don't even know what they're based on. I want to say it's like, so my natural levels are like, say, let's just say 250. I don't even know if that's true. I don't even know. Maybe it's 100. I don't even know. But if you're saying it's like 250, then when I hit 28, it drops to like 225. Well, some guys want to be able to test testosterone up to the levels to make it natural, 250 again. So they can feel like they did when they were 25. The problem with that, though, is that like, that's an unfair advantage for people that maybe they just don't want to take testosterone and take the chances of like whatever it is the side effects are. That's not fair.
I
Now,
get that.
look, and here's the other thing, though, is that we're not, like I've said this before, we're not hitting baseballs out of the field or fucking slapping a puck or hitting a tennis ball. We're punching people in the fucking face. We're causing brain damage every time we do that. Now I add a little bit more power to that. I'm causing more damage to your fucking brain. That's the problem.
Yeah.
That's the issue that I have. Now, let's just add more fuel to the fire. Now you have 2 kids. And now I'm giving you more brain damage. So at 50 years old, you can't fucking put a sentence together. You can't go to work. You can't have a real job. Now your kids have no dad. They basically can have a conversation because everyone he fought is fucking on steroids. That's not fair to me.
Yeah.
To me, that's like I don't think in terms of steroids like, oh, he cheated, let's just give him a suspension. No, I think in long-term effects. That guy that he fought, he may never fucking be the same person again. That damage he took or that knockout that he took, we'll never know. We'll never know.
Mm-hmm. I get that.
It's embarrassing. It's upsetting and it's embarrassing. Like, that's the thing. Like, and it's only coming from me. And realistically, look, if I had knockout power, I'd be even more for it. I never had knockout power. So I was like, I just dealt with the way I did for the rest of my career. Like, I was never someone like just fucking crushed people with one punch and folded them over. And I was never like a Gray Maynard or like some guys would just fucking hit people and they're like slumped over. You know what I mean? Like, I never had that power. I had to beat you with like 3 or 4 punches, 6, 7 punches. I had to beat you that way. Even guys that were horrible at stand-up, I fucking hit them and they didn't go down. Like, think about this. How much power did I really have? I kicked Nate in the fucking head. Still didn't go down. I had to hit him 2 or 3 more times before he finally went down.
Is that a Nate Diaz thing?
It is, but any other person maybe would have went down, maybe not. Who knows? Maybe it's because my power is not there. Who knows? You never know. You know what I mean? But it's... I think in terms of when people are like, oh, who cares? Who says he cheated all before that? I don't give a fuck, man. The one guy that he beat on steroids, that's not fair. That guy, let's just say he suffered a big knockout, a big concussion. Maybe he's not putting sense together. Maybe his career is not the same after that. I mean,
TJ Grant example, right?
Yeah, TJ Grant, perfect example. But I mean, Gray wasn't on anything, but I mean, Gray gave him a concussion during their fight. Then he went home and started grappling and training right away because he thought he had a title shot next. And then he got knocked out grappling. Never came back. Never heard from the guy again. I would love to have him on. I would love to have TJ Grant on just to figure out what the fuck he's doing right now. No idea.
He actually trains. Do you know that? He still trains. I think he like coaches or something because.
Yeah, but I mean,
I see him on Instagram.
Does he still have side effects? How's he doing?
Yeah.
I would love to have that guy on just to figure out like, hey, what happened? What happened after that? He was fucking gone. Like, never heard from him again.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing. Anyways, just my own 2 cents on that. I mean, look, we can talk about this all day long. I can talk about how I feel like these guys, both of them overstepped their boundaries. But for me, I feel like the underlying issue, let's get right to the point, is this. We've got to find a way to regulate what athletes talk about. And look, and we can't do it because freedom of speech. But when they do extend and go on to that, we can't have a promotion that helps promote that violence. And that's what's scary, is that, let's just say, what happens if they put this fucking fight on again? What do you think is going to happen in the fucking arena? You're going to have a fucking half arena of Muslims and a half arena of Irish people.
Dangerous.
It can get dangerous, man. It can get real dangerous. People getting shot, people getting killed, people getting stabbed, people getting beat up, people getting knocked out. It could be, look, it could be that. And it could be nothing. It could be like a bunch of drunk people just having fun. Well, on the Irish side. I mean, but it could really just be that. Which would be great, which would be amazing. That would, in the ideal world, in a perfect scenario, in a perfect situation, that's exactly what it would be. But it won't be that. Yep. There's no way. There's not one fucking chance that it would be that. One guy will say something to one guy, one slur will be said to the other one. Like, it's not going to happen that way, man. It's not going to happen, and someone's going to get hurt. And when Kelvin Gastelum said that, he hit the nail on the head, and it's true. It's 100% true that someone's going to get hurt. I mean, think about that. If someone gets hurt, right, let's just say that's someone's father, that's someone's, wife, that whatever it is, like you could potentially be taking someone's son. It's for sure someone's son. But I mean, it could be someone's, father or wife. And that's what's scary, man. That hurts. You have kids at home that can go home, like their parents went there to watch a fight, and then they never come home. I mean, those are things that worry. Those are things that worry me as far as an athlete, because you're tainting the sport. Mm-hmm. And here's the other thing, like you're tainting it all for what? Pay-per-view buys?
Yeah, right. That's
scary,
a good point,
man. Scary. And a promotion that pushes that, you got to start as a fan, and obviously as an athlete, you have to start questioning like what promotion you're fighting for. Now, I don't know if the UFC is going to push this fight or not, but you got to start questioning like, dude, you're not looking out for me you're not looking out for me or my family. Like, what happens if someone comes in there with a fucking gun, starts shooting up, or starts fucking just running through, stabbing people? Like, come on, man. I could be one of those guys that get stabbed. I'm the fighter. I'm the athlete. Yeah. No thanks, man. I mean, it takes it to a whole new level when we're talking, like Ali said, like, I don't know, a couple billion, Muslims versus how many ever Irish people and, and whatever else, is along with that. Fans, you have fans that are involved as well. So it's not just Irish people, but it's fans. It's American fans, other fans, South American fans, Australian fans. You have everyone. They're fans, obviously fans of him. He's 30-something million followers. Mm-hmm. They're obviously fans of him, and it only takes 1 or 2 or 3 or 10, crazy ones to fucking show up and be like, oh yeah, start popping off shots or fucking wielding a axe or a knife or a fucking machete. So it's scary, man. It's scary. Those are things that concern me. Those are things that bother me. Anyways, let's talk real quick. Is there a fight this weekend?
Is there Bellator?
No.
There's not Bellator?
No.
Okay, I think there's a UFC. This weekend, let's see. Yes. No. Up next. When's this one? April 13th. This is next weekend. So, no, there's not one this weekend.
No, nothing this weekend.
Nothing? Hey, WrestleMania, bro. Come on.
Huh?
WrestleMania?
Is that this weekend?
It's on Sunday.
I thought WrestleMania was in where's it at?
New York, I think.
Yeah, that's not this weekend.
Yeah, it's this Sunday.
Oh, it is. It is this Sunday. I'll be in New York actually on Monday.
Oh, well, that's too late, bro. It's too late. You could have helped your boy Paul Heyman and flown me out private.
Hey, man. Yeah, I got to go to I have to go to fucking New York Sunday, Monday. I mean Monday, Tuesday. Sorry, Monday, Tuesday.
What's out there?
Bellator, Viacom stuff.
Oh, okay.
Fun stuff.
Okay.
Fun stuff, baby. We got big things coming up for Bellator. I'm excited. Cannot wait.
Like big things, Josh Thompson big things, or big things, Bellator big things?
Both.
Okay.
It's always big things when I'm there. Come on. I'm just talking big, guys. Just talking big. All right, guys, look. I think that's it for tonight, right?
Yep.
Josh Thompson, Punk's Opinion. Give it a quick listen. Look, I did a lot of rambling tonight because, look, this is one of those topics and those issues where you gotta kind of like see it from a bunch of different directions, a bunch of different ways. And in no way am I, even though Khabib's my teammate, in no way am I trying to say like that he had no part in this. He did. The same thing with Conor, though. Conor had 100% part in this. I think Conor took it to the next level, though, by when you start bringing in or someone's wife, and who knows, maybe it goes on to kids, maybe it goes on to more. But the thing is, you're really playing with something that should be, I think, off limits for all athletes. You shouldn't talk about people's wives. You shouldn't talk about their kids, their parents, their mother, their father, things like that, because in a cultural way, whether you live in the States, whether you live in Canada, or whether you live in Russia or Brazil or wherever, not everyone is the same. And they take these things differently, and they take these things for real, and they take them seriously. And family to them is everything. And like, friends are not everything. Social media is not everything to them. Money is not everything to them. And contrary to popular belief, Americans have that tendency to sometimes think that, and not everybody feels that way. And so when you say that, and when you say things like that about someone's wife, or you say something like that about someone's kids or family, you can expect that there may be some sort of repercussion or clapback, as some people would say. And in this scenario, this situation, you're talking some serious issues, and I would be very weary and cautious if I was if I was a fan, if this fight was to be made, to show up at this fight, because you may just get caught in the crossfire, and it's something that you do not want to be involved with. I don't think it's something like, whether you love watching both the fighters at home or watching both the fighters fight or talk shit to each other, whatever it is, you could do it at home in the comfort of your own couch, and not have to worry about the concern of like if someone may get potentially hurt. You don't want to be part of that, and it's sad, but it's true. And Kelvin Gastelum hit it on the head. Somebody may potentially get hurt, and that's a scary thought. So, anyways, guys, Punk's Opinion. Follow us on social media at Sammy the Punk. Also, follow us on YouTube at Sammy the Punk. Follow me as well at The Real Punk. Hit the subscribe button. Not only hit the subscribe button, but hit the little thumbs up, so that'll help us share your video. If you liked our video, you'll share that video by hitting that little thumbs up over there on the YouTube channel. So thank you so much. Also, if you guys can, anything we post from Sammy the Punk, please share it, please post it, do all those things. We're trying to grow our numbers, trying to get us up there. We have a lot of work to do, and I truly appreciate everything you guys do for us fans. Thank you. And big news coming up next week. We're going to try and do something on this Monday, talking about the Bellator weigh-ins for San Jose for that April 27th card, but April 26th we'll have the weigh-ins here in San Jose. We will be doing something with Bellator to collaborate with them, and I'm excited for that whole situation. So we'll hopefully drop that news on Sunday or Monday this weekend, and we'll go from there. You guys follow us, Producer Dave, right? David.
Producer Dave, if you search the two words separately, but otherwise currently it's David Glasgow City.
David Glasgow City. My road dog right there. He's there. Anyways, hey guys, thank you. Truly appreciate it. Have a good one.